Good morning. Today I'm going to read Edward Fudwupper, Fibbed Big, explained by Fanny Fudwupper, with Berkley breath helping slightly. There we go. From a long line of liars, there's none higher upper than my fibbing big brother, the Edward Fudwupper. There he is now. I know just what he's doing. He's thinking of who could be next for some fooling. Edward's been cooking up fibs full of fooey. He'll serve them up sweet, all gooey with hooey. Last week he fibbed big and told Mabel Dill, I read you've been voted the Queen of Brazil. They want you to come. Bikinis, bring 10. I think Mabel went. No one's seen her since then. Yes, he thought them up long, and he thought them up tall, but did he think much of me? No, not much at all. Like the time he fibbed big and told Ben and Dinky that I had been born by a poodle named Stinky. That wasn't so nice, but that fib I'd forgive, if only he liked me or noticed I live. Early this morning, he did it again. He whacked a baseball and things smashed in the den. Dad rushed on over and found Mom's cracked pig. Then Edward Fudwupper ficked way, way too big. Uh-oh. Let's see what he said. It's all truly clearly. Quite simple, you know. The whole thing was done by two pigs from Pluto. They were cruising by Earth, looking down from above, when they spotted Mom's pig and fell deeply in love. So they dropped one pig here. He just could not resist. That passionate porker insisted a kiss. But he leaned in too far, and Mom's pig hit the ground. On Pluto, you see, they kiss sitting down. Then he left broken-hearted, upset and unseen, and his ship picked him up with a pig-lifting beam. And that's all. That's the truth, said Ed the fib slinger. In the whole of fib history, a whopping humdinger. Then a yelp, and a howl, and a scream from nearby. Lorna May Loon had been listening outside. Mabel Dill, she cried loudly, has been missing for days. She must have been grabbed by those pig-lifting rays. She got to the phone and screamed loud and shrill, Space monster piggies have nabbed Mabel Dill. They're coming for me, and they're coming for you. Send the Army and Air Force and dog catcher too. Oh, he's trying to tell her not to say that. Could be trouble. Uh-oh. And that's just what they did. They came for space pigs, with planes and with tanks and with loud whirly gigs. Oh, it was dreadful, a real world stopper, all from an Edward Fudwupper, fat whopper. This could be trouble. They pointed their loudspeaker dishes to space, And those generals roared till red in the face. Now listen out there. We'll shoot, yes we will. Come back here at once and bring Mabel Dill. Edward watched all of this for quite a long time, but people were staring at something behind. Oh, rats, Edward thought. How much more could there be? A face filled the sky from the hills to the sea. It did not look happy, nor pleasant nor soft. In fact, that big thing looked somewhat ticked off. It was purple and green, with an eye on its snoot. It opened its mouth, roaring, "Who started this hoot?" Who are they going to blame? I live quite close by, just 2 galaxies down, and I just cannot sleep with this fuss and this sound. I know nothing of pigs, nor a lost Mabel Dill. So someone's been fibbing with slippery skill. Who is this gnat? Point out where he's at. Show him to me, and I'll swat him down flat. Uh-oh. He's got bunny slippers on. And that's just what they did, each dad and each mother. They pointed right up at my shaking big brother. Edward dropped low. He was scared 10 times double. He fibbed way too big and was now in huge trouble. Then wait. What's that sound? A voice small and fine. Everyone stopped. Whose voice was it? It was mine. Oh, please, I called out. It's my fault, don't you see? I broke that blue pig. Edward's fib was for me. So, dear grumpy thing with 3 eyes in your head, see that it's me you should swat down instead. What could I do? Edward faced a big mess. I told a fat fib. Yes, I learned from the best. I thought I'd be smushed, smashed, squashed right on down. But that big face looked in with a smile, not a frown. I think, he said firmly, you both are big fibsters. But where I live, we're not loved by our sisters. Mine, by the way, I have left all alone. And now I'll go back to her sleeping at home. He looked at me odd, kind of sad, kind of blue. It sure would be nice to have one like you. Then he turned round his ship, and back home he drove her. And I turned to find Edward looking me over. He said not a thing as we walked back to Dad, where there he looked up and confessed, I've been bad. So we taped and we glued and we fixed up Mom's pig, and we told Mom the truth, that we'd fib, fat and big. Our folks hugged us both and collected no fines. But we sat in time out to pay for our crimes. Then Ed looked at me with a smile that was new and said, it is nice to have one like you. 2 former fibsters, that Edward and me, but brother and sister we finally be. And if somebody knows where Mabel Dill went, please tell her from Edward that no harm was meant. The end.